Well, Pride in Our Community has been operational for nearly a month now, addressing different problems in areas across Telford and Wrekin. Today, attention will be focused on Woodside. Paul Fenn is Enforcement Officer for Telford and Wrekin Council. Paul, what is Pride in Our Community about?
Pride in Our Community, as it says, it's putting that pride back into the community, us working alongside ward members, the local community to improve things, and from my point of view that means environmental issues such as fly tipping, dog fouling, littering, duty of care. So it's all about that environmental enforcement, but we want to work with the local communities.
Well, you've been working with them. You've got different ways of tackling the problems you've outlined. Tell me about those.
We've worked on a 4-week project really, so we wanted a firm but fair approach. What we wanted to do was engage with local residents, and we've done that through our recycling waste team and Viola to say, are you aware of the bulky waste scheme? Are you aware of the 2 household recycling centres? Are you aware of what you can and can't recycle? And then what we do, my team comes in on the 2nd week and the 4th week to start picking up those people that perhaps have ignored such advice or still continue to fly tip. And what we do is we investigate, we get our hands dirty, we look through the bags, and we issue on the first occasion warning letters, on the second occasion fixed penalty notices.
So it starts off gently with education, and then you go in hard if you have to.
Absolutely. Firm but fair is our approach. We want to work with the local communities, but those small minority that don't want to work with us, then unfortunately we use the tools and powers that we have available.
And what are those tools and powers?
Very recently we've had new tools and powers, particularly around the use of fixed penalty notices. Fixed penalty notices for how you place your waste out is £80. However, if people choose to fly tip, then we have fixed penalty notices of up to £400. Then we can go to court for non-payment as well. So, they are quite robust, they do work, but ultimately we want to work with the local community.
Well, you're in Woodside today. Your heart must have beat with joy when you walked to the area we're in at the moment, because we can't see any fly tipping, and in fact over there is a skip full of stuff that hasn't been fly tipped.
Yeah, and we've also done a really robust PR campaign across the borough, really, reminding people of what they shouldn't be doing. We've also reminded people of the new tools and powers that we've got, and I have to say we've been surprised with all of the streets that we've been involved with, and we've done Woodside, we've done Brookside, Sutton Hill, Ranelagh and Montgomery, and it's been the same picture. I think people have listened to the advice and guidance we've been trying to do. They want to work with us, and there's only been a small handful of bags that we're currently investigating.
Do you think you've made a difference so far?
I'd like to say yes. Obviously, it's not just me, it's not just my team. I think it's a collective approach from the borough, recognising that we did have too many reports of fly tipping, and I think our approach is certainly working at the moment.
What's your policy to fly tipping when you find a load of rubbish dumped out in public? What do you do?
Well, first we go out and investigate. We are a small team, so where there is evidence that is there, we will go out straight away. We will conduct a full investigation. We will look for evidence. Ultimately, we want to bring people in for interview under caution to understand what they're up to. We do have other means. We do have both covert, overt CCTV. So there's lots of things that we can do to get to the bottom of it.
Do you catch fly tippers?
Yes, we do. We had a recent successful Crown Court appearance with one gentleman that was fined a substantial amount for a number of black bags that he'd dumped on a country lane. We have a number of people that are currently coming in for interview under caution, and we've probably issued at the moment around about 3 fixed penalty notices for fly tipping.
What if you've got an old fridge? What if you've got an old dishwasher, an old microwave, and you don't want to fly tip it, you don't want it fly tipped? What can you do with it?
We do have a bulky waste collection, and that starts 3 items for £17 and works its way up to about £72 for around about between 10 and 15 items. However, that might seem a lot, but what we want to do is for the local community to come together. So if your next door neighbour has got an item, a white goods or washing machine or something large, bed, mattress, work together, club together. And actually that £17 becomes a lot less for your 3 items. You can ring up, we suggest you go online and you can book a slot. And that's the way, because £17 is better than facing a fine of £400.
So finally, what's going to be happening here in Woodside today? You're going to be banging on doors?
The banging on doors, the engagement process has already taken place. What we will be doing today is really having a wander through, seeing what is around, particularly black bags, investigating, issuing warning letters for first-time offenders, and anybody that we've caught before within this 4-week project will be having a fixed penalty notice.
Well, Woodside marks the end of the second phase of Pride in our community, but fly tippers, well, you better beware, because enforcement teams will be keeping a close eye on your neighbourhood throughout the year.